In the chaos of the game, they break it down. Talking trash, cracking jokes, they own this town. PGN podcast, they're on the prowl. Sports and nonsense, they wears a crown. PGN podcast, oh, you can't look away. Stats and laughs, yeah, they save your day. From the field to the mic, they always slay. PGN podcast, here and now,
What up, PGN podcast? All right. Damn, I messed up here. Whatever. I have to just go through this shit. Okay, here we go. Layout. There we go. There you go. Now we good. Y'all can hear the AC or no?
No.
No, not really. Not really. Yeah.
All right, PGN podcast episode 134. You see, I'm on the go. I had an impromptu barbecue to go to, so I'm like, listen, man, summer's almost over. It's kind of time to get these in now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but I'm still doing the podcast because that's how PGN podcasts do. All right, we get the objective completed. This is the motto. All right. So, fuck what's going on with the week. You know what I mean? Try to cut through this as best we can. And I'm talking to myself because sometimes I fucking yap too long. So we're going to try and get through this in 45 minutes. I go to my barbecue, hop in the pool. Just keep playing basketball. Yo, guys, I think I'm done, man. I think it's over. I'm going to have to hang the jersey up.
Well, is your name one place?
I'm playing my son one-on-one. He's cooking me, bro. He's cooking me. I
Well,
can't.
that's how it should be, though.
I'm in the blender. He got me in the blender. So now I said, nah, I don't play basketball at all. I just go to the gym, you know what I mean? So I'm like stiff more than anything, and he's like this scrawny little 15-year-old with speed. And, bro, I put him in basketball camp, right? I put him in basketball camp for a month. So his jumper is wet. I'm tired. I'm like, go ahead, shoot it. He's like, splash. I'm like, whatever, bro. Splash. He hit 3 threes in a row. And he beat me 11-0 twice just by hitting open jumpers. I'm just watching. I'm like, go ahead, shoot it. I don't care. He's like, I'm going to keep hitting them. I'm like, no, you're not. And he's like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, all right, you won.
Got a foul.
Well, at least you know the money went to a good cause.
Yeah, I know, right? To beating me. That's it.
Got a foul.
I created my own Terminator to kill me. I created my own Terminator. He's come back to bite me in the ass. He's come back from the future to shoot me. So whatever. Let's get to the podcast. Let's get to it.
All right, the big story in the NFL is this week has been the extensions of various running backs from Jahmyr Gibbs, he's going to be making $22.50 million. Bijan Robinson, who got extended earlier this week, he's now second in terms of running backs in terms of money per year at $22.25. And then rounding up the top three, he also got extended this week, Jonathan Taylor. So my question to you guys is, does this mean, is this the resurgence of the running back? And I'll go first, and I think it is. I think the real key that happened was back in 2024 when you saw Saquon was available in free agency. You saw that Josh Jacobs was available in free agency, and you saw that Derrick Henry was available in free agency. They all got picked up by three good teams, the Packers, the Eagles, and the Ravens, and they all paid dividends. Specifically Saquon Barkley, he led the Eagles to a Super Bowl victory. So I think that was the real key in terms of the resurgence of the running back. And you see now with these extensions that now the worms turn. You saw a few years ago, but maybe as back as 5 years ago, the running back was seen as not as valuable, but now it's starting to come back. And I think that's Shaquille would
sorry, we had to cut off the professionalism for a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, fucking K-Dap.
I want to respond to that before I go back to my.
Please don't respond to that.
I'm not.
Please don't respond to that.
All right, as I was saying before I was interrupted there, that the running backs really become is returned in a lot of instances. You see the team that won the Super Bowl, the Seattle Seahawks, Kenneth Walker, he won the Super Bowl MVP, and he got a big contract with the Chiefs. The team that really does need a running back, they really struggled in that regard in that position last season. So I think these essentially just another example of why the running back position has returned. Saint Zah, I'll go to you. Do you think these essentials prove that the running back position has gone in resurgence here?
I want to say yes. I really do. But not when I see Zay Flowers make that type of money. Zay Flowers, who's not a top 15 receiver, is making more money than Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson. Yo, I looked at it. Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs have 7 less catches than Zay Flowers. They're the best players on their team. They're the best players on their team, and they ain't get paid like Zay Flowers. The running back position is coming back. I do like it, but it just seems like it's always a fight with the running backs. These receivers get paid. Some of these receivers ain't worth a squirrel. Like Zay Flowers has 5 touchdowns. 5. He's getting Justin Jefferson money, bro.
He played better last year though, Zay Flowers. I'll be honest.
But not better than Bijan or
Nah.
Jahmyr. Like that's my point. Like
Yeah.
I feel bad for them because it's like they already have a shortened career too. They don't have the length of career that Zay Flowers may have because they're running backs. They take collision. And the thing is they're not getting paid their worth. And you're gonna give them this little money, and then it's like, 3 years up, then they done. Then you start seeing the little. I'm just saying, if they're the best player on their team, you gotta pay them the money. They should be paid, even if you give them 2 years, give them quarterback money. Jahmyr Gibbs is better than Jared Goff. He's the best player on the team. Bijan, they have no quarterback. He's the best player on the team. You're not gonna pay him that type of money? The NFL, they've always been weird with the running back position, so I'm not surprised. I do like that they got paid, but it's like in comparison to someone else, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. Ugh.
I don't know. I think just in response to what you were saying, Zay Flowers did get better. That's why he got paid more money because he plays the receiver position. It's a position that's less likely to get injured. That's likely to, receivers barely miss games. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, there's some receivers, they get hurt, whatever. But for the most part, the number 1, number 2 receivers is kind of always on the field. You know what I mean? And they just don't have. There's just less collisions. It's just what it is. Nothing you can do about it. Just how football's played. And a lot of these running backs, they're game changers. You know what I mean? But it's just their shelf life, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just the way football's played. You know what I mean? You can have you can be the nicest. In reality, right now, probably Christian McCaffrey's the nicest. He's getting paid good money too. I don't know. I think you can't knock them for getting less because just their shelf life is short. It just is what it is. You can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? But and another response too is I don't know if Jahmyr Gibbs is better than Goff. Goff has been great on that team. He hasn't been clutch in certain moments, but you look at that offense, man, year in and year out. Jared Goff is lighting shit up, bro. Seriously. And I thought he wouldn't work in Detroit because it's more of a gritty city. The coach is gritty. They run smash mouth. They run the ball. Like, that's really what they do. They set up the pass with the run, especially when Ben Johnson was there. So, I don't know. You're gonna see this year. I think Gibbs definitely is gonna take a step forward, but it's gonna depend on. They brought in Isaiah Pacheco. Supposedly they have a third running back that's decent. We gotta see if Jahmyr Gibbs without David Montgomery is just as effective. You know what I mean? Because David Montgomery took the goal line rushes and he ran the tough yards. Now Jahmyr Gibbs got to do that. Let's see if he stays healthy. We'll see this year. And you're going to see without David Montgomery, you're going to see Jared Goff throw more this year. So we're going to see who's the best player this year. You know what I mean? Jameer Gibbs or Jared Goff. I just want to give Jared Goff his flowers because, like I said, I thought he was the sunshine from fucking LA, and he changed the face. When the team got gritty, he was gritty. He plays hard. You know what I'm saying? I can't front on Jared Goff. It just hasn't been clutch. So we'll see this year about your claim about who's the best player in that team. So I think those factors you factor into why they don't get paid as much as quarterbacks, as much as running backs, because they stay healthier, and in the game that's throwing the ball around, even though the game's getting slower, statistics show. Just to let you know, which is also could be another reason they're investing in the running back position because the game's slowing down. You know what I mean? Not as many plays are being thrown in general. So that could be it too. You know what I mean? Why they actually got paid, because they weren't even trying to pay running backs this money.
Yeah,
they were trying to pay. Were the Giants bitching? Oh, we're gonna give Saquon 11 or 12. Like, dude, this guy.
But they instantly read
chip. And then Saquon, you might have to give Saquon his flowers. He brought the running back position back because he was a beast on that team. You can say he's maybe the best player on that championship team on offense.
Yeah, think about it. The Chiefs' game plan was stop him, and that opened up the passing game, and that's how they lost. That's how they beat them, the Chiefs.
Whip the ass. BTA. You know what I mean? So you can value Saquon his flowers. So why they got that money? Because it shows that the running back position, especially if you have players like, I think what it shows, if you have players like Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson, Jameer Gibbs, pay them. Pay them because they matter. You know what I mean? Saquon proved it. So especially Bijan. Bijan, man, I know everybody in fantasy has Jameer Gibbs number 1 just because I think he's more explosive than Bijan. But, man, that quarterback sucks, both of them.
Yes. Yep.
Bijan's getting touches. Pause. Bijan's getting fed like a newborn baby out the womb. Bottle fed. So think about that for fantasy this year. People say Jameer Gibbs just because he's more exposed. Like, he has more. Last year he was busted out these 20-yard plays, whether it's catching, whether it's running. Now you up that. Does that mean that he gets more of those big plays? That's the gamble you think about. But, hey, you got to say guaranteed touches, right? Crazy. But yeah, man.
Another person who got paid too, Taylor. Taylor, the best player on that team. It's like
he's best player in that offense, definitely.
Yeah, remember he was in the MVP talk for much of the year before he fell apart.
Remember, there was like a 5-week stretch of him just scoring touchdowns every game. Remember, I know Scumbag remembers that.
But see, here's the thing. He was doing that with Daniel Jones. When Daniel Jones got hurt,
it was done.
Just went to shit. It was over. So that's the thing. Like, yeah, is he the best player? Maybe, but if you don't have a quarterback or a way to get the ball downfield, you don't open the run game. So it's tough. You know what I mean? But the receivers there right now aren't too good. They have Josh Downs and got Alec Pierce, so he's better than them. Tyler Warren's really good, but he's young. He's second year. Daniel Jones is hurt right now, so I guess you got to say John Taylor right now is the best guy in the team. But like I said, you got the money. Daniel Jones coming in hurt. Let's see if he's the same. If he's not, it's on you, John Taylor, right?
Yep.
You're the best player. Let's see.
And Alec Pierce is getting paid more than Jameer Gibbs and Bijan Robinson. He hasn't even played. This is but
see, that's one of them that you got to say, come on, man.
Yeah.
But when you get these players like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, and they get their money, you're like, all right,
that's fine. Yeah, I got no problem with them making their money. Like, they're not the ones I'm talking about.
So, hey, listen, they believe it. I feel like now the NFL, as far as the owners and GM, they kind of negotiate really well now, where they pay you enough money to play good, but they're not going to pay you a lot because it's still a business. You know what I mean? And they don't spend money where they don't think they should. And so to give Alec Pierce that, they must be seeing something in practice that we ain't seeing. Because, we'll see. Let's say let's say he gets 5 targets a game, right? He catches 3 for like 98 and a touchdown. What if he's number 1, or what if, fantasy alert, Josh Downs?
Mm-hmm.
What if Josh Downs is more of the receiver, catching 6-7 catches? What if Tyler Warren, he's the one that's going to get into 6-7 catches? And Alec Pierce is the guy who gets 4 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown. That's how they see it. That's how they're probably going to run the offense. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
It's wicked out here, man. It's wicked.
Yeah.
I think one more before we go is I think the test play for the future running backs will be Jeremiah Love. He's a top 3 pick. He's already making $13.25 million. So if he performs well, he's going to break the mark. So we'll see. And he's considered the most talented player in the draft. So we'll see if he's as good as we think he's going to be. He just
went to a bad team.
That's what sucks, because when you go to a bad team, you get all the carries, you end up getting hurt, and then they're like,
they're gonna run Tyler Algier too,
into the ground.
So they're gonna do a Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery thing there, because Tyler Algier is good.
Mm-hmm.
If you see him on the Falcons, he made some plays. He's good. So if you get him the gritty 11, 12 rushes in between the tackles, and you're giving this guy, 11, 12 touches, but also 3 receptions, and he's busting out fucking 40-yard runs, you know what I mean?
Remember, they got 3 running backs. They got James Conner too, so.
I forgot about James Conner.
Oh, did we lose Scumbag? I think we lost him.
Yeah, he froze.
Yeah,
anyway.
We have 3 running backs. That's gonna be tough to manage, and they have Nathaniel Hackett as their offensive coordinator. So,
God, when you're a good rookie going to a bad team with Nathaniel Hackett, bro, pray for this man's safety, because Nathaniel Hackett can't do it, man. I was gonna say Hackett, but I didn't want to be cheesy like that. But bro, I feel bad for some of these rookies because they go to bad teams and they start losing. They lose their love of the game. You're seeing with Marvin Harrison Jr., you're seeing with a lot of these players, and sometimes it sucks that they're just there. I'm running like the Oakland running back, Sean Genty. How long is he gonna be before he's like, damn, this shit don't work no more? Like, I'm just losing all the time. We see it all the time in football. Losing sucks, and losing takes a toll on the body, especially at the running back position where you have 3 to 5 years at best.
Yeah, look at Barry Sanders. He just was like, I'm done.
Done, bro. I don't know, man. Like, I do think there's a resurgence of running back, but I'm just saying, for what they're worth, pay them a little bit more. There's no way in the world. Like, I get they believe in Zay Flowers, but Zay Flowers to his team is not more important than Bijan or Gibbs. That's all I'm saying. And I think we both can agree on that, because Zay Flowers isn't even a top 10 quarter receiver. So why is he getting top 10 money? But that's the market. That's neither here nor there. We can move on.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Scumbag's not here, but until he comes back, we'll go to the next topic. SummerSlam Night 2 was last week. So we'll go through the matches here. The first match was for the number 1 contender for the WWE Championship. Originally, it was going to be Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn, but Gunther and a returning Kevin Owens were added to the match. I was able to watch because we were going back to our event that we went last week. So I think you did watch the match, right? So what are your thoughts on that match?
Great way to start off night 2. You bring in first you bring in Gunther, then you bring in Kevin Owens. Good return. Good match. Sami Zayn, Crash Out Zayn's been one of the best characters. Now you got a fresh new feud because Kevin Owens won, but now Kevin Owens is fighting Punk, and they legitimately don't like each other. Like, there's legit beef between these people. Like, I know you didn't watch it, Kofi. You said you saw some of it, but
I was able to watch a full segment. I watched a full segment on YouTube.
Yeah. They talked about some stuff that they had back in their indie days. He was like, "Yo, you called me a fat piece of shit." I'm like, "Oh, okay. This like real feuds, like that have real heat behind it. So I'm here for it. Kevin Owens don't like Punk. Punk don't like Owens. Sometimes this is what wrestling needs. I always feel like the best feuds have actual heat. Edge and Matt Hardy, they wanted to kill each other all the time over Lita. Like, that's not a girl I'm really fighting over, but it is what it is. I'm just saying, like, keep it a bean, like that. Just be like, you good, bro? You good? Like, you can have it, bro. There's a reason why.
Scumbag, did you watch the first match? Did you watch the first match of SummerSlam last week or no?
He did. He was talking about it.
Yeah, night two. I was definitely there from the beginning. So this was a good surprise. I think that was a good way to kick off SummerSlam. I liked it. You bring out fucking. I know Gunther was more like, huh? He just wrestled. He just wrestled on night one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Kevin Owens was good. And I think it was more to just bring Kevin Owens on. You know what I mean? Like, all right, Gunther, fuck it. Just get in there. We're going to try to bring out Kevin Owens. You know what I mean? So that was a good surprise. I think it was a decent match. Nothing crazy. But like I said, it's a good intro SummerSlam match. It's not meant to fucking be the match of the night, blah, blah, blah. If it does happen, great. You know what I'm saying? But it's really meant to get the show started. You know what I mean? Get the hype going. I think it did that. That was good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I think of it. Like I said, nothing crazy in the match. I was like, yo, this is crazy. But just the surprise was really good to make it a fatal four-way. Kind of screw Sami Zayn. But,
yeah.
I think at this point he's like, whatever. I'm a SummerSlam. Fuck it.
All right, the next match was Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin for the U.S. title. I wasn't able to see this match, but obviously there was a lot of talk about Trick Williams losing to Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin just came back. Baron Corbin isn't really considered a top end performer like that. So why are you having your young talent lose to Baron Corbin? But obviously WWE has a plan. Sounds like Trick Williams might be one of the favorites to win Money in the Bank. So we'll see about that. What are your thoughts, Saints, on the match?
I felt like their SmackDown match rematch was better, but like I said offline, I like Trick. I don't like what he did with that belt, having the fur on. It was stupid. Little Yachty taking the spot. Shout out to him because I know he didn't have to fall through that table. But I did like Trick Williams losing. He needs to move on. You don't need to. If he's a star, don't keep him in the mid card for that long. Get the title off of him. Better off to better things. And Baron Corbin, does he need to hold his belt? Nah, it doesn't really matter. But like you said, if Trick Williams needs to be Money Bank, he can't be holding the United States Championship. It doesn't work like that. Everyone has a moment. He won it at WrestleMania. He's had it for a good month. I'm good. Let's move on. Start getting some of these young people up.
Scumbag, any thoughts on this matchup?
I would say this started the theme of the night. I think most of the underdogs won in night two. Because there was sometimes I was like, he ain't going to win. And then he won. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised myself, honestly. I'll be honest.
Yeah. So I would say this about Trick Williams. I know Zaza really likes him. I've had my reservations on him. Definitely the fur on the belt wasn't a good look. I agree with that. I think Trick does have star quality to him. And I think, you could see it. You know what I mean? It's just how to get it out of him.
Yep.
Is the thing. And the thing is, a lot of stars, they got it for the most part. The Rock had to kind of get his way in there, and Stone Cold had to be the ringmaster first. And, you kind of find your way, you know what I mean, to get there. So he could just be in that position right now, like he's just finding his footing. And this could be what they're leading towards because they had him lose the belt. Maybe, like you say, his favorite that wouldn't want Money in the Bank, have him go for a bigger belt, try to get him on a bigger stage. That would make sense. If they don't do that, that's just then what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think it's a good idea with Trick that he does have is a manager. A lot of people, there's managers now, but not how they were when I was growing up. And some of these managers help the persona of the fucking wrestler.
Yep.
They helped with the image, and they have kind of their own thing going on. You know what I mean? And these guys weren't stars; they were just good at being like the clown in the beginning of the fucking circus. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying they're clowns, but just saying like they did the entertain part while you're there to do the wrestling part. You know what I mean? And I think he needs that kind of manager. Like, it was cool to see like Bobby the Brain Heenan manage people. Like, it was good to see Jimmy Hart in the beginning when he was out there with the foundation. You know, remember the Samoans? They had fucking what was the older Hawaiian guy? I forgot. He was like their manager. He was out there with the Lou Albino or some shit. I think he was a manager for 2 Hawaiian tag teams at one time.
Yeah, I think that's what
he came back to wrestling. Yeah, like, yeah, come on. You know, Paul Bearer, look how much he was for Undertaker for many years.
Yeah.
You know, he really helped.
Heyman.
Yeah, Heyman's been great. Heyman's one of the goats. You know what I'm saying? Managers, because in an era where they don't have managers like that, he still works.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it seems like he has a say. I think he has. I feel like he has some kind of like say what goes on with at least whoever he manages. You know what I mean? Like, his 2 cents matter. So yeah, we'll see. But I think he needs to change his manager. No shade to Little Yachty. I know he's a younger artist, and I'm not like hip to the game, I guess. I don't know, but you gotta get a manager that works. You don't gotta be famous. You know what I mean? You just get a guy like.
I'll give Little Yachty this at least. You can tell he's a wrestler fan, that he's really into this. You can tell he's not just doing it for a check. You can tell he's really a legit fan. So
there's a lot of people who love to rap. Doesn't mean they're good at it. You know what I mean? Like, it just. I would have shot him out like, yeah, at least he loves it. Yeah, great. I mean, study, bro. Like, go over to other managers and ask. If you're really into wrestling like that, that's what you would do, because you have to learn from the GOATs, no matter how far or younger you are from them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know, man. He's all right. Like, I feel like Logan Paul being a wrestler, he may be more believable at being a wrestler than Yachty is at being a manager. Logan Paul's done some shit, bro. That I've been like, that was actually pretty good.
That's true. That's true.
Logan Paul has pretty good. Yeah, that was a pretty good flip to the table. Like, that's kind of nuts. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. So, we'll see. Hopefully, they do better for him, because I think he has the quality. They gotta just get him there.
all right, moving on. We have the ladder match for the interim women's championship. Charlotte, Lash Legend, Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green, and Tiffany Stratton. So going into this, I thought it was going to be either Charlotte Flair, because obviously they love Charlotte Flair. Jade just had the title. She was the heel champion. So I thought it would be those two. But they went with the surprise. As Comeback said, it was the theme of the night. They went with Chelsea Green. So she is the now interim women's champion. Unfortunately, bad news for her. She announced that she broke her orbital bone. So we'll see what the status of her championship is. So obviously, if you're WWE, you don't like that. It's another injury. Rhea Ripley already out with an injury, and now Chelsea Green's injured as well, who just won the championship. So we'll see what happens with that. What are your thoughts on the ladder match?
It was all right. Shout out to Tiffany Stratton. She took a fall off of that ladder, but like you said, it was just about the spot for Chelsea Green. I think they had to reward Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green has been one of the wrestlers who, like Scumbag will always say, she puts her heart into it. Like, everything she does, she kills it. Like, she's just there. If she's a Karen, she kills it. She does. That's what you need. Be entertaining. And as you can see, the crowd loved when she won. Sucks that she broke her orbital bone. Like, that belt might be a little cursed, but they should have taken that belt off Rhea a long time ago. But like, this could be a chance for maybe she's going for a new up and comer to take that belt. It doesn't have to be Charlotte. It doesn't have to be Jade. This could be a chance. Maybe you throw Lash Legend, the chance of just try. You gotta try something. If they're gonna be bad, you can try something. That's all I'm trying to say. Why are you calling them up if you're just gonna have them fiddling their fingers? That's all. It just doesn't make sense anymore.
Smoke break.
Any thoughts or
smoke break?
All right, moving on. Speaking of smoke breaks, we have the money's on a pole match between Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio.
Listen. I talked about this yesterday, so I don't really want to talk about this fucking match anymore. And I think we all agree that Dominic Mysterio should not be in this bullshit. Like, why is he in this feud? Keep Danhausen on freaking commercial breaks. And I think they did that on Monday. They listened to us, and he was only on a commercial break. I don't need to see him in segments. I don't need to see him in matches. I don't care about the little munchkins that were running around. I love when JD kicked one and he chokeslammed one. That shit made me laugh. Like that. Listen, seeing him get kicked in the face and chokeslam. Shout out to you, JD. I know you hated being here. But God, can we move on? The problem with this is that you've done so much damage to Dom. Dom is a AAA champion, and he's losing to Danhausen. Now they're about to do a AAA tournament, but you damaged Dominic so much, you could have had a Dominic versus Roman feud. It wouldn't.
I don't know about that big of a feud. I don't know if we're ready for that.
It'd have been one match on Mexico City. That's all I'm just trying to say. Like, you could have just tried something.
Yeah, maybe it would have been on the table, but yeah, I don't know. I think Dominic is a star. I think they just been mishandling him. Like, to see him on I think I mentioned this before. He was on a comedy podcast that I saw, so he's reaching other avenues. You know what I'm saying? Just by his persona. Yep. You know what I mean? And he's a good wrestler. He has a good image. You know, he has a good image, man. I'll be honest. Like that the Mexican look with the mullet,
yeah,
like kind of the rock and roll kind of style.
Yep.
You know, it's good. You know what I mean? It's good. I just think you could have him as a champion or not, but I don't care about that. I think he could be good either way. Just don't put him in matches like this, man. Find somebody else, bro. And then why did fucking this guy come out with the guitar? What the fuck's his name? Joe Henry?
Yeah.
That's his name? Joe.
That's his name, yeah.
Why did he come interfering? I didn't get that. And that's his name, Joe Henry?
Yeah.
Yo, why this guy, he's funny. Like, he comes in the ring, he has the guitar, he turns around and smiles. His little intro video, he's just turning around and smiling. Like, it's funny. But why is Dominic in the middle of these two guys?
Yep.
I didn't like that. But, you know, whatever. We'll see.
I will say they did something on Raw that warmed my heart, that Braun just absolutely speared the shit out of him. And it was just like, thank you. That's what I needed to see. That's what I needed to see. Braun not playing with him, just speared him, done with. And once again, why is not Braun not? You could have given that spot to Braun. You gave it to fucking Danhausen. Come on now.
I think you need those entertaining matches at events. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's still kids there. You know what I mean?
Well, fuck them kids.
There's still little kids there. So
fuck
no, it's work. You make off him.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
So they try to get like Dominic in there, like kind of to solidify it because it's SummerSlam. So, but I don't know. I think maybe it's a favor for a favor. Like, yo, do this for us, and then we got a bigger match for you. We'll see if that's one of the things they're doing. So,
all right, next match: Penta versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship. Chad Gable finally gets the job done and wins his first Intercontinental Championship, beating Penta. Penta had a nice run. I mean, he had a lot of good matches. They were really entertaining. People really liked him. You know, they did a spot with him. They shook hands. His wife, family came by. So they really put over Chad Gable as, you know, the next big mid-card act here. So really understand the match, really good back and forth. I really enjoyed it. So I'll go to Scumbag first. What are your thoughts on this match?
I think it was good that Gable won it. It was a good match. It wasn't fucking horrible. They did a couple suplexes off the edge of the mat. That was dope. Yeah, I think the match was good. You know what I mean? I don't think it was trash. They may have been done too much at the end for me, like the dad's coming in the ring, and that may have been a little too much for me. But it was a good match. It was decent.
I agree. Shout out to Penta. He had probably one of the best Intercontinental Championship runs in a long time. And I think they set him up perfectly for, like I said, the AAA Battle Royale, where everyone thinks he's the one who's going to win to face Roman Reigns in Mexico City. So, like, if that's how you reward him, I'm fine with that. I think Penta could go. Chad Gable, first championship run. He deserved it. He actually should have won a couple of years ago, but that's neither here nor there. That's been the WWE thing. We wait on everyone, but good match. Good. I didn't care for the root beer plug. That was a lot. That's TKO's handprints. You can see that all over. That's TKO.
Yeah.
Like when you know TKO is, you can always tell when TKO is part of something. They always take it a little too far.
I mean, just look at the ring. You got all these ads like Dodge. I'm like, damn, man. I really want the money at all costs.
Slim Jim on the table. Like, guys, come on, bro. Like, all right, we got
Yo, for real, I seen that. It was like fucking Exxon on a chair. I'm like, what? What the fuck y'all doing?
We get it.
Too much
you guys
now.
have sponsors. You don't have to put it in everyone's face 24/7.
It's a bigger check.
What company's probably paying the good money though? They probably getting like at least $1 million off that. So they probably
why you name on a chair? Whoa. Better raise that.
Yep.
Get the credit card out. But yeah. This match ain't too crazy to even talk about too much.
Yeah.
All right, the main events for the World Heavyweight Championship: Roman Reigns against Seth Rollins. Obviously, these two go back a long way from the Shield. They've had matches before. Seth Rollins has beaten Reigns in those matches. So obviously, the story going in was, hey, Reigns has not beaten Seth Rollins in a one-on-one match, and they lived up to the billing. For me, maybe it was a little over the top at the end. Them talking back and forth with all the finishers and all that stuff. But overall, it was a good match. Obviously, callback with Dean Ambrose with the Shield at the end. Reigns took a bit of a shot at Dean Ambrose post-game. Mike Cole had a little shot during the broadcast as well, so we'll see where they stand on him. But in any event, it was a very good match. Ends the feud between those two. And Roman Reigns, once again, shows you that he's the man. And I know, Saint Ty, you went in terms of what Comrade said, both online and on Cultural Wrestling. So, but, hey, Roman Reigns, he's the guy. So,
no, I want to know what Scumbag has to say about that. Scumbag, did you hear all the Discord on Twitter and stuff like that, where Conrad Thompson, he has his podcast with Eric Bischoff. He said that Roman Reigns is the most overrated main eventer of all time.
Yeah.
I think it's weird. I think Roman Reigns is kind of rated where he's rated. I don't think no one overrates him. You gotta understand how much main events he had and how much of, at a time where Cena was kind of out, he's doing movies and The Rock isn't there and he kind of held it down. You know what I mean? I think you could say that about him. He held it down. But I don't think no one ever would be like, yo, he's like Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. And I don't think no one talks about him like that, which he could probably be upset about that. But this guy to say that he's being overrated, like how much.
He's probably above those guys, honestly. If you really think about it. He's probably above those guys.
No, but I'm just saying that the legacy of Roman Reigns is pretty good. Like, we're not saying he's fucking Bret Hart, and not even that. Bret Hart wasn't a main eventer. You know what I mean? It was tough. Like, there was an argument between.
He was main eventer in a down period of wrestling. That was a down period when he was a main eventer. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, Ric Flair said it. Ric Flair sold tickets. He knew how to sell tickets.
Mm-hmm.
He was in a way smaller fucking company. He basically put that company on the map. WCW. Everybody it was a time when you see all those viral shit that you see him going, so wearing limousine. That's every Saturday. That's almost every day he was doing that to get that company off the ground. They were talking in the studio, and the ring was right there. They didn't have a backstage and this and that. They had none of that shit. Where Bret Hart was already part of a machine that had Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, and this was after those guys, and the next guy was kind of Bret Hart. I felt like Bret Hart had a lot of good main events, but bro, there was a lot of times where I'll go to see a WrestleMania and he's like the third match. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like they'll put Undertaker versus Kane or something. Like, you know, he knew that certain shit sold tickets, and Bret Hart, sometimes if the match didn't make sense, then it wouldn't sell. You know what I mean? You know, Roman Reigns kind of main events and the shit sells. You know what I mean? The shit sells. Like, he's been part of some good main events too. Like, I don't like the kicking out the finisher and shit, but at this match,
that's pro wrestling 2026. Everybody does that.
Yes. So. Everybody does it, but it's still ass. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I don't fucking like it. I'm not gonna accept it because it's 2026. Fuck out of here. I'm not fucking like that shit. Protect your finisher, man. That's part of the reason why you ain't Stone Cold, you ain't The Rock, you ain't Hulk Hogan. Ain't nobody kicked out of their finishers like that. You know what I mean? Did it happen sometimes? Yes, it did. I'm not saying it never happened. It did. And sometimes for a big match. Like when he's Stone Cold The Rock and The Rock kicked out. Like, that's like, and it happened so little bit that people were like, "Whoa!" Ah! Like, you thought it was over. You really thought it was over. Like, now he does it. I'm like,
yeah, you know it's kicking out.
I don't know what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? So I think I don't like that. That's why these guys aren't as big as those guys, because you have to have an image of ain't nobody fucking with you. And part of that image is your finisher. Like, you can't kick out this finisher. Once I do it, it's over. Like, you have to have that image about you. You know what I mean? Like, for the most part. Like I say, never do it, but do it the right times. You know what I mean? It's like, I felt like I saw this match and the main event on SummerSlam day one. I thought the main event was like the same shit. Well, I said one was they fought outside the ring and one didn't. I don't know. Like, the ref got knocked down again. I'm like, come on, man. What are you?
Yeah, that ref was bad. It was bad because it was so.
Why would you do the same thing on both nights? Why would you do that? But whatever. That's all I gotta say about the match. For Roman Reigns, got the belt, I guess. Another main event for Roman Reigns. Come on, man. They gotta start moving on from these guys, man. I respect Roman Reigns and his legacy, but I don't want. If the next main event has Roman Reigns in it, I'm done.
Well, you gotta wait till Mania, pretty much.
Is it gonna be Rangers? They're setting it up, Mania. So you already got Kevin Owens and CM Punk. That's cool. I'm just tired of CM Punk too, but whatever. I like Kevin Owens.
He's another one that needs to go too. He's listen. I get, but like you said, he sells tickets, so they're always gonna go to like someone like a Punk, and it's just like
if they put in advertisements on the chairs and the fucking the back of the announcers' suits and shit, that's next. They trying to sell tickets. They're trying to make money. So I don't know. I feel like we'll see where that goes. We get to the last Spider-Man one.
Oh, well, let's get things out thoughts on the match before we go to that.
I've talked about it enough. I hate the ref bump spot. It's the ref bump spot. I hate that more than the kickout spot because they do the ref bump spot at least in every big match. I always see the ref in the way, and that one was
so telegraphed too. It was so telegraphed. You saw it come from a mile away. I'm like, really? That could at least make it look like it was an accident.
The only thing I will say that saved it was that no one came out. Because usually when the ref bump spot, someone's about to come out. So that's the only saving grace for that ref bump spot. But besides that, Roman and Seth, they did their tribute to the Shield. It is what it is. Roman is just I don't know who beats Roman right now, and I think that's like to Scumbag's point. That's kind of scary because I don't know who beats him. I don't know who really down the line because you're not gonna have Oba face him anytime soon. That's a later date. Like you're gonna say that for a Mania. It's like you're gonna have Roman hold that belt to Mania. You know he's not losing to LA Knight. Like he's not losing to Timu, Austin / Rock. He's not losing to him. Like it is what it is. You can do his LA Knight shit all the fucking want. He's not losing to him.
Yeah, I can't think of a guy who would beat Roman right now. So I don't know. I guess we're stuck with him.
All right, before we go to Pepper Takes, a word from our sponsor, Saint Za.
Thank you to Nickel Pass for sponsoring us. Thank you. You can download Nickel Pass with a simple download touch, and you can get all your newspaper content for $19.99. Download Nickel Pass today.
All right, we only got one Pepper Take today, but it is about Spider-Man Brand New Day, so we've all seen it. Obviously, Scumbag had his thoughts last week. Oh, you hadn't seen it? Oh. What happened? You just didn't want to?
I don't want to sit down in a movie theater for like that long. I'm not.
It wasn't that bad to me. It wasn't that bad to me.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
It was long though. I almost pissed myself.
I did go to the bathroom a couple times. I'm not gonna lie, I did, but
yeah, it was long. I get what you're saying. My boy wants to go see Odyssey in theater. I'm like, come on, man.
That didn't feel long to me either. I thought it was being long, but it wasn't that bad to me. But
maybe I'll see it. I'm just not, and it's Spider-Man too. I'll go see it eventually. But like when he said like it drags, I was like, oh, I know those movies when they drag. That's that little mid period. Just like, all right, can I get like an explosion or like something like let someone like just have something move like. But I get it. I'll probably go see it this week, but I didn't see it yet. Mm-mm.
All right, so I'll try to not spoil it too much, I guess.
Go ahead. I don't care.
Oh, you don't care? All right, whatever. All right, so my thoughts. I was responding to Scumbag. I both agree and disagree in terms of his take on the movie. I agree in the sense that the movie kind of set up. It was basically set up for the next X-Men movie. That's pretty much what it was, because the main villain, so to speak, was Jean Grey. So basically, they're basically setting up for the X-Men. That's basically what they did. That's basically most of what the movie was about. But Jean Grey, she's trying to find her sister. There's this. Let me see. The main villain was actually I forgot the name of the. Hold on. Let me see. Let me find the name of the actual, like the government group, basically.
Damage control.
Damage control. Yeah, damage control was technically the villains of the movie, but that wasn't really. They were kind of like Shades of Grey type of thing. They weren't actually quote unquote real villains, but you could tell what they're doing. They're setting them up for them to be a thorn in the side to the X-Men. That's basically what they did. So I kind of get what Scumbag's point was, because it's not. They weren't really trying to make it a Spider-Man movie in the traditional sense, where it's basically Spider-Man against a villain. He's got to face his, demons, all that. It was more like, well, it's kind of that, but it's also about setting up for X-Men. And I think that's part of the problem with the MCU Spider-Man. It's like the same Raimi movies. They kind of were their own self-contained story. Whereas the MCU Spider-Man, it seems like they're kind of pigeonholing aspects of the MCU into Spider-Man. Like with Tony Stark, him being the mentor, all that type of stuff. This movie has Hulk in it. So in that sense, I agree with Scumbag, where it's like, hey, it's not really a Spider-Man movie in a lot of instances. It's more like, hey, we're trying to move on. We're trying to move another aspect of the MCU. In this movie, where it's about Jean Grey, obviously they're setting up for X-Men. So in that standpoint, I do agree with them on that. I disagree. I'm like, this kind of felt, this was, in a lot of ways, it did feel like a Spider-Man movie, because they finally kind of moved away from how he was in the MCU, where it's like, hey, he's Iron Man's mentor. He's kind of in the Avengers a little bit. Life's kind of good. This movie, it wasn't good for him. He doesn't have MJ anymore because, remember, her memories got erased. Nobody knows who he is. Aunt May's gone. So now he's living alone. There's a rest of the horror queens. Yeah. despite the fact he's doing well as Spider-Man, you saw they had him in Scorpion, Tombstone, he's beating all these different villains. So life is good as Spider-Man, but Peter Parker, not so much. So I think they did a good job breaking that down in terms of how he's living life alone. He's isolated. He's not really enjoying it. He kind of misses his friends. He did his Aunt May to help him out in terms of, being alone and stuff. So I did like that. I did like the fact that at the end he kind of helped Jean Grey. He's like, hey, you got these powers. I understand you don't have your sister anymore, but this is not the way to do it. You gotta be able to. Vengeance isn't the way to go. So I did like the symbolism of loneliness and not using that to be vengeful and stuff. So I did like that. I did like the fact that for the most part, he had to do things on his own. He didn't have anybody. It was just him for the most part. Well, Punisher helped him a little bit. I did like the interactions with him and Punisher. I did like that as well. So overall, I say, you know what? It's a good movie. I'm not going to say it's the best Spider-Man movie, but I thought it was a decent movie. So, Scumbag, do you want to respond to anything I said?
Yeah, why? Why is Jean Grey the fucking... I don't give a fuck.
She didn't fall down.
I don't give a fuck.
She didn't fall down.
Damage
She didn't
Control
collapse.
was the real villain. Damage Control was kind of there, but the whole movie he's chasing Jean Grey. The whole fucking movie. Why? We're gonna set up X-Men. Why through Spider-Man? What the fuck does Jean Grey and the X-Men have to fucking do with Spider-Man? Nothing. Why? And out of all the villains, that's like Batman. His villain for the next movie is gonna be Wonder Woman. What? Why? Oh, it's a Wonder Woman that got her brain twitched and turned through a psychic, and now she's evil. Why? This Batman has 50 million villains. We haven't got Killer Croc. We haven't got Mad Hatter. Like, bro, Spider-Man.
Yeah, we got Green
X-Men.
Goblin. Oh no, we got Green Goblin.
We have Spider-Man, X-Men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, X-Men, and Batman have the best villains out of any heroes. They got the best. That's why they're the best. They got the best villains. Spider-Man, you know who could have did the Jean Grey villain? The Chameleon. They have used him. He could have fucking did the same shit. Jean Grey was hopping people's minds and taking their body over and acting like them. Just have him shake.
Or it could be Norman Osborn. They could have been like, hey, Osborn was doing some shady shit with her sister, and that's who she was after.
I guess.
Done that.
But
yeah.
No, but why is Jean Grey? That's the issue. Why is Jean Grey in it? I don't want you setting up the X-Men through Spider-Man. No. And the Hand is in it, and fucking Punisher. I like the Punisher interactions, and then the Hulk, I guess he was there really for
the inhibitor. They're setting up the inhibitor for damage control to use in future X-Men movies.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But why are you setting it up through fucking Spider-Man and the Hulk? Why? How about damage control just makes an inhibitor? That's it. It's like they make everything else, and it's a superhero movie. They could fucking make it. They don't need Spider-Man and the Hulk's help to fucking find an invention. No, that's fucking retarded. That's not. So Spider-Man creates an inhibitor for the Sentinels. What? Why? And then I understand maybe if they use that for this time, I'll be like, all right. But the third Spider-Man, he has both Spider-Mans. He has Dr. Octopus, the fucking Electro, Sandman, fucking Green Goblin, fucking Doctor Strange. What the fuck, dude? How many fucking guys are gonna put in this guy's movie? He has Mysterio. Okay, Mysterio. Guess who helps him out? Nick fucking Fury. This guy needs help for everything. Why does Spider-Man need help every fucking movie?
The first movie, Iron Man was right. Yeah.
Then part one's Iron Man. Why you have this? Why is Spider-Man such a jerk off that he can't fucking do it on his own? Why? Because you said so? Fuck you. I don't want to fucking hear that shit. That's just stupid. I know there's mutants there. You had Wolverine, Deadpool. They're in the MCU now. They have X-Men 97. We have 7 fucking X-Men movies. We have the Dark Phoenix 2 versions of it. We know the X-Men are fucking here. Beast was in the Marvels at the end credit. The fucking mutants are fucking here. I get it. They're fucking coming. Great. I'm waiting. It's been fucking 7 years. I know they're coming. why you gotta intertwine it into Spider-Man's movie? I don't get it. Then I eased up on this thing a little bit, but what was his fucking job? How was he paying rent? How was he fucking eating? He worked at the Daily fucking Bugle. Where is J. Jonah Jameson? So you're gonna bring him in fucking Spider-Man 2, and then he just doesn't fucking exist anymore. He's fucking dead.
He was in No Way Out, right? He did the
the ending of Far From Home.
Yeah, Far From Home. Yeah.
Apparently they shot that after the movie though. That's because the actor who played guy's name J.J. Simmons. He said that they shot that after the movie was done. They just randomly put that in.
Okay, but still, you used it already. So guess what? Why can't you have Spider-Man? He has an internet streaming, which is cool. What they did this time, they have like actually do the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
They made it more modern, where J. Jonah Jameson has the streaming.
Yeah, I think we lost him. He was talking about how the modernization of the Daily Bugle in terms of streaming all that stuff. Yeah, obviously, I don't know what they're planning in terms of the Daily Bugle and stuff. When I saw that they didn't specify where he works, but apparently he works at the deli that he always went to during the first two movies. So that was kind of, but it was implied. They never actually said that he worked there, but that's implied. So that's basically where he's working. He's working at deli, and he's I guess that's how he's paying his rent in his apartment, and is how he's Spider-Man basically. So
that's good. I'll see it this week, and I'll give my thoughts about it in a clip. I don't want to talk about Spider-Man anymore. We're done. Next week will be X-Men talk because it's the last episode of season 2.
Oh yeah, I've caught up. I'm on episode 7.
Yeah. All right, that'll be one of our pepper takes for next week. So shout us out, close us out.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Scumbag, he's had technical issues all day, so he has to go somewhere anyway. So
yeah,
thanks for watching once again.
Barbecue.
Yeah, it's barbecue. So thanks for watching once again. Follow us on PGN Pod on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and IG. So once again, PGN Pod, and you can also listen to the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and watch the video version of this episode on Bring the Real TV. So for Scumbag McGee, this is KDAP as well as Saint Za. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Out.
All right, so Zaza left.